Hello, guys. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of the Soft and Tender podcast. My name is Sandra and I am your host. So, last week I realized that I did not finish telling you guys how my week went. So, I'm going to carry on from there. But then, a lot of things have happened since last week. Obviously, now I have to give you the highlights of what happened this past week, right? So, the title of this podcast is somehow for me, but then, I was going to record this a couple of days ago, but procrastination did not let me. So, if I had done that, I would be feeling less bad about the title. But yeah, I can't change it now. It's too last minute. I don't think I'll be able to come up with something else. Anyway, besides what I want to talk about, is really what the title is about. So, yeah. Anyway, so as you can tell, what the title is communication. So last week, I started watching. Now, if you know me, I love watching reality shows, like Keeping Up with Kardashians, I think, which is now, what is their new name? The Kardashians, right? Yeah. Excuse me, I haven't watched that though. What other reality show? Real Housewives. The only Real Housewives franchise I've watched is actually Real Housewives of Lagos, and I haven't even finished it. Anyway, oh my God, what other reality show have I seen? I've seen Dated and Related. Oh my God. If you're on my Instagram and WhatsApp, you would know I spoke briefly about those two. Love. I think that's my favorite one so far. Netflix has different series of dating shows. I started watching I watched Ultimatum. I think I spoke about Ultimatum a couple of episodes ago, but then I didn't remember the name. But yeah. Then I said Data and Related, Ultimatum. Then I started watching what the fuck? I can't remember the name. I've not even finished watching it. I remember Too Hot to Handle. Yeah. So I'm almost done with season 3. I have maybe 3 or 4 episodes to go. And so far, oh my god. So the biggest thing, because from most things I watch, there's no how I always get a lesson or two. And Dated and Related, okay, let me say everything in general has really taught me the importance of communication. So I know that communication is important. I've always known that. It's something that I hear so often. Oh, Sandra, you need to talk more. Say how you feel, blah, 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 blah. But then the problem with explicit... Oh, my God. My tongue is so tight and so twisted today. Excuse me. But the way I feel about communicating is that it doesn't ever end well for me. Especially when I'm communicating my displeasures, because the other person always gets upset, and then it turns into this, I don't know, there's this animosity that comes with it, and then you never really get to move on from it. So what I do mostly is complain to other people, but not the person that upsets me. Now, the only time you can actually see me complain to the person that upsets me is when I really don't rate them. So when I don't rate somebody, or when I don't know them that well, I would call them out, because who are you? I don't know you. You can't just come and step on my toes and expect I'm going to keep quiet. But then once I have a level of love for you, I just do not want that animosity. I just do not want to like see how I feel. And then at home, right, I have this bad experience from like, oh, say what is on your mind. And then when you say it, I think, okay, let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish this train of thought. So like say what is on your mind, right? And then when I end up getting around to it, there's always the talk of, oh, you have a low IQ, oh, why are you thinking like that, oh, how does your brain work, why is your train of thought going in that direction? And I'm thinking, just because you don't agree with my opinion does not mean that what I'm thinking is wrong, or like just because it's completely different from the way you're seeing it does not mean that I now have a low IQ. And then the worst part of it all is that this person is asking me to like, okay, talk, like, okay, I've said all of this stuff, see what is on your mind, and then I respond. And then now the times I try to express my displeasure and I am not asked to, honestly, I end up just talking to like a brick wall. Like nothing penetrates. At the end of the day, oh my God, the words I hear back, oh, nah, this is getting depressive. I'm going to switch off the mood because this is a really exciting episode, because I can't wait to talk about all these dating shows, right? And all the things I've learned. So that's why communication is a big deal for me, right? And then a couple of months ago, I was in this situation and I just kept on trying to communicate and trying to just say how I felt. And yes, guys, no response. It was like talking to a brick wall. And I tried so hard to penetrate. Like, I literally took my sledgehammer and kept on trying to break that wall. It was like brick and cement combined together, and steel and metal. I don't even know. Anything you can think of. Bulletproof. It was like bomb proof. I'm telling. Nah, my sledgehammer, my rifles, nothing penetrated. And at the end of the day, I just felt like, honestly, this was a waste of time, especially when this person used to be the one to advise me to communicate so much and to communicate how I felt clearly. And now that we're in a situation where I have to communicate to them, it's like no response. But that's, by the way, that's in the past. I'm over that now. So, but yeah, that's like the whole thing about this communication issue. But then, like, these people made me just realize a lot and like come to challenge myself to communicate more, regardless of how the other person is going to feel, especially communicating my displeasures, because at the end of the day, I am the most important person to myself, and I should not, like, out of fear of wanting to ruin stuff, not say that, oh, okay, I'm upset with you, or I have or you've hurt me and stuff. So also, by the way, this is like just an apology to like everybody that I may not have communicated how I felt to them, and yeah, I should have, and that did not happen. So I hope I become better and move on from my mistakes. I mean, I will try and move on. Change does not happen in a day, but like, yeah, I would intentionally try to communicate my displeasures. I was going to put a but let's carry on. This is already 10 minutes in. Anyway, so now if you've watched, excuse my grammatical blunder. This happens when I'm so excited. Like, I just can't speak anymore. Like, if you know me and I'm super excited when I'm talking to you, I just get so tongue-tied, and that's what's happening right now. Anyway, so if you've watched Ultimatum, I can't even remember what really happened there, but I think it was like these couples came, and one of the partners, either the man or woman, brought their partner on the show to be like, either marry me or move on. So I think they dated other people, like they did. Anyway, the it was good, but that's, by the way, that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the recent ones I've been watching. So dated and related, right? So if you've seen it, right, you'll know the twins, Diana and Nina, or Nina and Diana, and then you know Kaz and Kieran. So now those are my ultimately two favorite siblings. So now this dated and related show is like siblings come on the show, two siblings, a brother and a sister, two brothers, two sisters, twins, any which way, and they come to find love. So they're supposed to act as each other's wing men. So Nina and Diana are twins. To me, they're identical. I don't think I've learned who is who yet. And then there's also Kaz and Kieran. So obviously Kaz and Kieran are men. Yeah, right? So they're not identical, but they're also twins. At least they're not identical. Kaz is taller, and I think he's more handsome than Kieran. But a lot of people have said that Kieran is more handsome. I mean, he's okay. He's not a sore sight to the eye, but then Kaz is just, oh my heavenly father. Anyway, so at first, Kaz and Kieran are both interested in Nina and Diana, and I am so for in my head I've already planned their wedding and named their children. I am just so excited. But then at the end of the day, I think my favorite scene, I watched that scene multiple times, was where so like obviously there are other siblings in the villa. So there's this girl, her name is Corina, and I think her brother's name is Joey. I don't recall. And they win the game. They play all the siblings play a game of who knows their siblings best, and then Joey and Corina won. So Corina had eyes on Kaz, so she chose Kaz to go on a date with her, right? And then all through, Diana was fuming. Keep in mind that this was just still at the beginning of the show. Maybe like episode 1 or 2. Like, it was still early on, but I was fuming with her. I was like, nah, sis, I feel you. You should be upset as your man. Anyway, because at that point, right, Kaz and Kieran had already expressed to the twin girls, Nina and Diana, that they were both interested in them. So anyway, Nina is like, so now Nina is telling us that Diana falls in love too quickly, blah blah blah. So anyway, Kaz and so Corina is like heavy on the flirting at the dates. Obviously, the siblings have to go on a date with each other. So Kaz and Kieran went on the dates, and it was Corina and Joey. But basically, the date was basically Corina, and Kaz. So when they got back, they were all laughing and stuff, and then Diana was just so, her face was, my sis was angry. So sorry for the screams, guys. But then she goes into, like, she lives where they all are. I think that's the bedroom. And then she goes outside. Obviously, her sister, best friend, Nina, follows her. And then shortly after, Kaz comes out. He comes out to meet her. Now, Nina and Diana are talking, and then Nina is trying to console Diana that she should just, man up, basically, or woman up. That they basically just went on a date. It's not like Kaz has proposed to her, and that they're all here to have fun. And Diana's like, she's not here to have fun, that she's here to find love. She's here to be serious about her life, blah, 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 blah. And then as Nina is trying to, because Diana at this point, tears are dropping. Oh my God. Tears were dropping on my face too. I was feeling it for my girl. And then Nina, and then Kaz shows up. So when Kaz shows up, Nina gives Diana a very sly smile. And then Kaz is like, he would like to talk to Diana and everything. That can he speak to her? And then Nina is like, yeah, sure, no problem. Oh my God, I'm swooning. I am swooning and I am screaming. Like, my head. And then Kaz is telling Diana, reassuring her that, it's not like he came back hand in hand with Karina, that he wasn't playing around when he said he had eyes on her, blah blah blah, and that he likes her and he really wants to pursue. The reassurance was everything for me. Like, I just wish I could have that. Like, somebody would just sit down and just reassure me. Oh my god, it was so beautiful. Like, Kaz was never talking to me, and then I just felt like I'm the most loved person in the world. So I can just imagine how Diana felt, right? And then they kissed. Oh my god, they had a little smoosh. You guys, I screamed. I could not even watch it. So now another thing about me, right, is that I don't really like to watch intimate scenes on TV. So like when somebody's kissing or something, I do tend to take my eyes away. So I think that's just like reflex. I don't know why. But then I could just not, I mean, they kissed, but then I just could not watch it for too long. I was like, oh my god, my faves. And one thing I really liked about Kaz was that he was a stand-up man. Obviously, having gone on a date with Corina and basically flirted back with her, he needed to go and tell her that, like, I'm actually with Diana now and everything. So he spoke to his brother the following day. Of course, Kieran is crazy. Kieran is like, why are you just telling me now that you kissed a woman last night? You're just telling your twin brother that you kissed a woman. Maybe I'm going to rename this episode to Dated and Related. Thoughts. Anyway, so so Kaz goes to talk to Joey, that's Corina's brother, to tell him that, I don't mean to hurt your sister. This was not my plan, but I do think that I'll be more compatible with Diana, and I kissed Diana last night. So Joey was pissed, but he was like, honestly, you shouldn't be talking to me, you should be talking to my sister and everything. So Kaz goes to talk to Corina. So Corina is obviously heartbroken, low-key, because, I mean, they're just getting here, right? So I can't say like she was completely heartbroken, but imagine having your eyes set on someone and then you find out that you're not that person's first choice. I can't relate, and so I understand how she felt. So, and then after that, Kaz and Diana are all loved up and everything, and then they kiss in front of Corina. To be fair and to be honest, right, I don't think that was appropriate. I think, to me, it looked like Diana was one that kind of initiated it, and I feel like she was trying to let Corina and everybody else know that this is my man, you better not come close or I'm going to slay you. But at the same time, I feel like she should have, it wasn't like it wasn't Kaz that said he wanted to go on a date with Corina, it was Corina. So she ought to have known that Corina was starting to like have feelings and she liked him, at least he was attractive to her. So I feel like she ought to have been sensitive, because for her to have been so upset and even crying because Kaz went on a date with Corina, she should imagine how Corina would feel that right after she went on a date with somebody and they flew too well and then the person goes to kiss another woman. So I don't think that wasn't cool, Sha. That wasn't cool. You guys, that was not cool. But I still loved to kiss anyway. You guys look cute together. Oh my god. So what was even the lesson I learned from that? I think I just wanted to gist you of how much I enjoyed it. I think where I learned the lessons of communication was from Too Hot to Handle, right? But anyway, yeah. So, and I feel like the communication, okay, now if I would say what I learned, the communication of Kaz, like going to reassure Diana, I think that was really helpful, because he could have honestly just kept mute, and it just showed that he was a genuine person. He was, trying to live his player. Anyway, at the end of the day, they won the money, the 100k prize fund. So that was good. And Nina and Kieran did not work out. They ended up going with other people. Kieran is a player, sha. But that story found that I do not like what he did. Anyway, I don't even think he's a fine boy anyway. So it's my favorite couple I want to talk about, and I already spoke about them. So yeah. Then which other couple were in that place, Steph? The other people are not important, honestly. Moving on to Too Hot to Handle. So Too Hot to Handle, the first season was, who were the people in the first season? Oh my god. Maybe this is why this person tells me I have a low IQ. I can't remember. I don't even remember what happened in that first season. The second season, what happened? Okay, I think I still remember. Okay, so now the host of Dated and Related, Melinda, she was in the second season of Too Hot to Handle. And boy, I was shocked to see that. No wonder, it now made sense why the cast of Dated and Related were so excited when they saw that Melinda was the host. It makes so much sense now because they had seen her on TV. And it was like, oh my god, I know this babe. And like, yeah. Actually, by the way, guys, I would actually like to be a host. Like, I think, like an MC, as they call in Nigeria, a host, whatever. I would just like to speak at, like, not speak, like, give a speech. I mean, obviously, that will come now when I have $1 million, billion, trillion bucks in my pockets. I can give all those motivational speeches. But, like, I mean, like, host the event. Like, you know, when people say host with the most, that kind of stuff. I think it would be really beautiful and it would be such a great experience. And I'm going to put that on my bucket list. I need to host a couple shows. Obviously, I'm hosting my own podcast right now, but then I need to host way more. And yeah, I'm so excited to, you know, get around to doing that. Time is going. We're almost 22 minutes in. Okay, so Too Hot to Handle. So Melinda was on it. And okay, so now, right, the summary of, like, mostly how everything happens in Too Hot to Handle is that they go on the show. They don't realize that they're on the show called Too Hot to Handle. And basically what they do on the show is that they have a device, a robot host called Lana. So, excuse me. What Lana does is that she has rules, and the major rules is that you can't have sexual intercourse, there's no heavy petting, there's no kissing, like you can only have like mild cuddles and like sleeping in the same bed. But then these people have been deceived that they're coming to have like everlasting pleasure and mingle and just enjoy themselves. So it's like a whole plot twist. And then there's $100K prize fund. So anytime they break any of Lana's rules, they get money deducted from the prize fund. So the first 2 seasons, the penalty for kissing was $3K. And then by the 3rd season, these people are like kissing from the very first, like less than 10 minutes after hearing Lana's rules, they break it. So what Lana did is that she doubled the price of each rule, of breaking each rule. So now in the 3rd season, a kiss would cost $6K as opposed to the first 2 seasons where it cost $3K. Do you get? Now in the first 2 seasons, in the first 2 seasons, I think romping was $20K. So anyway, I think the biggest thing was, okay, so at some point Lana gives them watches. So these watches turn green when Lana thinks you've made a genuine connection with somebody. The whole essence is to like stop people from just going on a wild goose chase and just romping around and everything, and to help people form genuine connections and stuff. Like for instance, in season 2, Cam and Emily, I think they even live together now. Like it's so beautiful. Like they continue a relationship from the show up until now. And that was really just so beautiful. I mean, obviously, could I tell? Because they've not even had their reunion. I don't even know. Why will you release season 3 without doing reunion of season 2? How is that? That doesn't add up, bro. But yeah, I remember. So from the reunion in season 1, there's this girl. I've forgotten her name. I think her name starts with C. So Chloe. Yeah, Chloe. So one thing about Chloe was that she made sure to express her displeasure to everybody. Like, that's one thing I've really learned. Like, she did not care. She just made sure to let you know that at the next opportunity she got, she made sure to let whoever it was know that, see, I'm not trying to fight you, but you did this, you did that, and made me feel this way, and I do not like to feel this way, so I would appreciate if you do not do stuff like this. And this is just to let you know that you upset me, but there's no bad blood, nothing. And obviously that I think most of the people she confronted actually apologized. And I think that was like the biggest lesson. That was actually what she did. That because during the reunion, right, the host, or the narrator rather, Desiree, she made sure, I hope I pronounced that right, she made sure to point that out as one of Chloe's very good attributes. And Chloe was like, yes, she does not care that why should she be scared of offending you by telling you what's on her mind, when she was one that got, she was one that was that got upset first, and she felt the pain first, that kind of thing. And that was what actually made me want to talk about this. Like, I just felt like, yeah, that's like something I'm going to forever hold to my chest, and as much as possible try to do. So that's why I wanted to like record this episode a lot earlier, because like I already knew what to speak about, and like just express how that was so important to me, and how that's just going to help me grow. Like she did not care who it was. She didn't care how they were going to respond, and she was not rude about it. What I've realized is that some people want to tell you the truth about stuff, and then they come in, and then like a couple months back, I kept on like trying to communicate to this person, and then no, not trying to communicate to this person. Like stuff will happen, and then this person would want to like correct me or something, and then they would like do it so viciously and be so mean about it. And I didn't realize until much later, but then that's another thing that I've learned. Like, people don't have to come and tell you the truth or express how they feel about a certain situation and just come all defensive and just come all fighting. Like, it's not that deep, bro. But yeah, like shout out to Chloe for that. I should go and follow her on Instagram. I don't think I followed her. Like that's like the biggest takeaway. I think it was from hearing that, moving on, that I now actually paid attention to like other modes of communication in the show. So back to talking about how Lana rewards these people. So she gave them these watches, right? So when she thinks two people are forming a genuine connection and they're together, their watches go green, like a green light comes on, and then they're exempted rather from Lana's rule. So obviously the watch is probably on for no more than 5 minutes, the green light. So obviously most of what they can get in is just a kiss and a smoosh and all of that. But excuse me, it was so enlightening for me, because now at every point that Lana has given a green light is when these people have openly communicated about how they felt. What I mean now is like confessing their romantic feelings. Not necessarily romantic. Sometimes it's just them talking about what has been holding them back from like wanting to be in exclusive relationships that obviously landed them on the show. What trauma or PTSD they have from what people have done in the past, and how they're ready to move on from me with this new person and all of that. And honestly, they do deserve a green light for that, because that's actually just so beautiful. And again, I know, like I've said it, that just taught me a lot, because I think the best thing now, let's not rush into this now. All the smart I'm making, it does not mean that I'm going to start practicing immediately, but then I'm going to continuously remind myself, and then continuously try to start practicing it and be intentional about practicing it until it is like second nature to me. So obviously it's not going to be something that is going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, man. Change is not easy. Change is never ever easy, but change can happen. I think I said something like that last week. So, but yeah, it's been so beautiful to watch, to learn about how to communicate better, how to communicate more, and how to not be scared of communicating. Because honestly, I used to think I was a really great communicator. Like, well, I can tell anybody anything, you don't mess with me. But then I realized that's not true. And I realized that only happens with people that, I'm not too familiar with, or people that I don't like. That's when I tend to like call them out on their shit. But then once I'm living with the person, like have a measure of relationship where I can't really get rid of the person in a minute, then I actually just keep whatever they're doing to myself until now. The point I usually do even tell people how I feel is when I feel like, is usually when I explode. That's actually what happens, because there's no how. You can't just keep things inside and expect that the bottle will not explode. So yeah, that's what. So yeah, I hope you guys have learned a thing or two. And again, an apology to everybody that I may have upset by not communicating directly with them when I was upset or when I felt a type of way. Honestly, it was not my intention to like not communicate. Like, I wasn't thinking about it like, oh, okay, I need to see this person and communicate. It's just like second nature to not communicate and to like just rant elsewhere or go and report to somebody else. That's usually the solution to like getting over when somebody upsets me. So, but yeah, cheers to moving forward, and cheers to getting better and being more intentional about communicating. Oh, guys. So, this is like 30 minutes in. Let me just give you a quick highlight of my week. So, this week, I thought I offended one of my lecturers by not like hitting him up for like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and then when the exam is so close by is when I'm now texting him like, hello sir, what's happening? The exams are like right next door. Thankfully he wasn't upset. He was like super understanding. And oh my god, you guys, before I forget, I just want you to like just say thank you, God, for Sandra. God has been so good to me. Like this week, I just had like one of the biggest breakthroughs ever. Got the best information. And no, I'm getting emotional. I was talking to Zumi about it last night. Today's Friday, so Thursday night, and we spoke for like an hour thereabouts. And I'm just so grateful to have friends that share in my joy. She was super excited for it. And Zumi, this is just a shout out to you. I love you so much, and like thank you for just always sticking by me and like loving me genuinely. And means a lot, man. You guys have no idea. I mean, having the right set of people around you is just such a blessing. You have no idea. I'm so grateful like for the people that have made this thing a reality and a success. Like, God is good. He does not forsake his own. No matter what anybody is saying, no matter how much somebody says they have you controlled, and that's as if they're the only ones that know how to pray. You guys, some bad shit happened this week. But let's not focus on that. Maybe next week I'll tell you about it. But yeah, I'm just so glad for the good news, and very, very soon you guys will hear about it too. I can't wait to share it with all of you. I think you guys will be so happy for me. And oh my god, I wish I could just hug God so tight right now, because he just sees my heart and he just constantly answers my prayers. Last week I was telling you guys how much like I need to learn to trust him more, and I've worked on that this week. And thank you, God. Anyway, I just remember that I owed you guys an update about the number of steps I was taking this week. By the way, my brother and I did not even work out this week, thanks to me. Every time he was ready, I would say, please, I want to sleep, give him an excuse. And he didn't fight back for reasons best known to him. He actually hasn't been feeling too great, so that's probably part of why he hasn't fought back as hard as he would normally do. But yeah, man. Oh, my brother joined the challenge, and my sister, right? And my brother hit 9K steps his very first day, 9,200 and something. And me, I was on like 4K. And the reason for that 4K was because I was feeling threatened that my sister and my brother were they were on the challenge and they were already even ahead of me. Anyway, I don't think I've walked a total of 10K steps this week. So, but yeah. I mean, you slide back, you pick yourself back up. I don't mind. I won't beat myself up for you. People should not beat me up, but don't be like me that you always slide back every time. But yeah, cheers to being better. At least I'm consistent in one thing, and that's this podcast. And I believe that this is going to spread out to other areas of my life. But yeah, guys, I'm so happy about how this week. Yesterday I was so sad. Last night I went to bed. Bed so sad, and if I didn't go to bed when I went to bed, I would have probably cried myself to sleep. So, but yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen. There's been a lot of that recently. But yes, guys, I mean, the great news just outweighs everything. And I'm repeating myself at this point. But yes, guys, thank God for me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for always coming back. Oh, you guys don't know how much it means to me. So, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. Each and every one of you, like from the bottom of my heart. If I could see you, I would hug you just for like, even if you're my like worst enemy, I would hug you just for listening. That's how much it means to me. And yeah, so thank you guys. Catch you next week. Hopefully I have more interesting gist. Maybe I'll actually be able to talk about this too hot to handle in-depthly next week. Except there's hotter gist. But yes, guys. See you. Talk to you next week. Love you. Bye. Don't forget to share.